Hey everyone and welcome to the club. A couple weeks ago I introduced a new line of fantasy books on my channel and I'm excited to create a new lesson for you from that series. It's called the Warhammer Adventures. This is a series of sci-fi fantasy kids books featuring fascinating heroes, aliens, and monsters. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Elio from the Realm Quest series written by Tom Huddleston. Check out the links below and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started in the center of our page with the upper eyelid. So I'm going to move over to the left side. I'm going to draw a curve going up and then down on the inside. Now we leave a large gap in the center and draw the same thing on the right. We're going to flip this over. So let's line up the inside of the eyelid. We're going to curve this up and then out towards the right. Now we're going to tuck two circles in underneath the eyelid. So on the left side we're going to step in to create an overlap. We're going to curve around towards the bottom of the circle and then up towards the inside of the eyelid. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now on the top left of each eye, I'm going to draw a small circle for a highlight. So starting at the top of the circle, work our way around. Now I'm just going to line this up on the right side. Now in the center of the eye, we're going to draw in the pupil. So it's a smaller circle tucked in behind the highlight. I'm just going to pull that out. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to go ahead and fill the pupils in black. Now let's draw on the lower eyelid. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve down around the eye and then just in towards the bottom. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the outside, we'll curve down and then in. Now we're going to move up and add in the eyebrow. From the top corner of the eyelid, we're going to step up. We're going to curve down towards the inside of the eye, curving across and then down. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now from the inside, we're going to curve this up and then in. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to taper out the eyebrow so it gets a little bit thinner on the outside. To start on the outside, we're going to taper this so it gets thicker as we come in. And then on the right side, we're going to go out and thin it out. Let's go in and fill the eyebrows in black. Now in between the eyebrows, I want to give them a little bit of a frown line. So from the middle, we're going to move over towards the left, curve in, and then up. Now we're going to move back to the center and draw on the nose. So right in the center, we're going to draw a U shape. Starting from the left, we'll curve down, and then up. Now let's add in the nostril. From the left side, we're going to step down, draw in almost like a C shape, and then the reverse on the right side. Now we're going to step up in the middle and draw another curve going across for the bridge of the nose. Directly below the nose, we're going to add the mouth. We're going to start on the left side, we're going to curve up in the middle, and then back down on the right. Let's add in the upper lip. We're going to start back on the left side, we're going to curve up in the middle, a little bit higher, and then come down on the right side. Now we're going to move down and curve in the opposite direction for the lower lip, leaving a gap from the corner of the mouth, curve down, and then back up. Now we're going to move out and draw on the side of the head. From the left eye, we're going to step out. We're going to curve around the jaw and then round out the bottom of the chin. We're going to work our way back up towards the right side. Now back on the left side, we're going to bump up the side of the head. We're going to curve this out and then straight up just above the eyebrow. Do the same thing on the right side to the same height. Now let's connect these 2 points with a curve that comes down the center for the headband. Come down and then back up. From the top corners, we're going to draw 2 straight lines going up towards the top of the headband. Now let's connect these 2 points again with another curve, coming down and then back up. Now Elio's got a squarish hairstyle. So from the top corner on the left, we're going to step in, draw a straight line going up, We'll do the same thing on the right. Stepping in, draw a straight line. Now let's connect these 2 points with a curve. Starting on the left, we're going to curve up. And we're going to bring this back down on the right side. Now we're going to add the edge of the hairline. Starting from the top of the cheek, we're going to curve around the corner of the eyebrow and then pull that in behind the headband. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curve around the corner of the eyebrow and then in. Let's move to the side and add the ears. So from the side of the head, we're going to curve up, round out the ear, and then pull that in behind the cheek. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving up, rounding this out, then in behind the cheek. Let's add that curve inside the ear. From the top of the cheek, we're going to curve up and then out. Now that we completed the head, let's work our way down the body. I'm going to start with the collar first. Starting on the left side of the chin, we're going to curve down in the middle and then back up on the right side. Let's add that rope texture. Starting underneath the chin on the left, curve down and over towards the right. Now we leave a gap, step over, draw that same curve. We're going to repeat this pattern all the way over towards the right. Now directly below the collar in the center, we're going to draw on the necklace. We're going to start with a circle. Now there's 2 parts of flames that come up along the side. Starting from the top of the circle, we're going to curve up and over towards the left, and then flick that back up. Go back to the center, we're going to curve in the opposite direction. Curving over towards the right, and then back up. From the top on the left, we're going to curve around and then in. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to curve this back out with a short line on either side. Now we want to pull this in behind the side of the circle, curving down and then in. Now we're going to add the chain in behind the collar and the necklace. So starting at the top on the left, we're going to angle up and out, go to the right side and do the same thing. Now we're just going to trace this out on the outside with an even gap all the way down on both sides. Now from here we're going to draw the top of the cape. From the center, underneath the collar, we're going to curve down and out in behind the chain on the left, go back to the top and curve down in behind on the right. Now we want to continue this curve in behind the necklace. So we're just going to poke this out on the left and then the right side. Now from here we're going to curve up and out towards the shoulder. So we're going to start by going up and bend it out towards the left. And do the same thing on the right, making sure they're at the same height. Now we're just going to pull this in behind the collar, curving up and then in. Now let's go in and draw the side of the body. Along this curve on the left side, we're going to curve out and then down towards the hip. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now on the left hip, there's a ball that overlaps the belt. So we're going to start with 2 lines that go up side by side, close off the top with a straight line. Now we want to connect these 2 points with a circle. So we're going to start on the left side, curve around towards the bottom, and then back up. Now this top line, we're going to step down and just duplicate that across the top. Now let's go in and connect these 2 points of the hip with a curve, coming down in behind the bottle, continue over towards the right side. Let's round out the belt. Starting on the left, we're going to curve this out and then back in. Do the same thing on the right. Now again, we're going to connect those 2 points with another curve, going in behind the bottle, and then over towards the right side. Let's add a rope texture across the belt. Starting on the left side, we're going to curve down and over towards the right. Now on the right side of the bottle, we'll draw that same curve. We're going to repeat this all the way across. Now in the center, underneath the belt, we're going to draw 2 angled lines. One going out towards the left, go back to the top and angle down towards the right. Now we're going to curve the bottom going up. Starting on the left, we're going to go out and then bend this up. Now we're going to draw 2 straight lines going in behind the belt, angling in and up. Let's trace these curves along the inside. So we start on the left side, leaving an even spaced gap in between. Then we'll do the same thing on the right. Now in between these two angle lines, we start with a point in the middle. Now from that center point, we're going to curve out and down towards the left heel. Go back to the center, curve out and down towards the right heel. Let's round out the bottom of the feet. From the heel, we're going to curve down and then back up towards the toe and do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to draw on the top of the foot. Starting from the toe, we're going to draw almost like a half circle aimed towards the heel, but we're not going to go all the way. We're going to go up, and we're just going to stop right about there. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Now let's thicken up the sole. Taking this curve, we're going to step up and just duplicate that. And then from the top of the foot, we're going to curve out the side of the leg, going out and then up. About halfway down the leg, we draw a curve from left to right, going down and up. Now we want to step down and just draw the bottom edge of the boot cuff. Let's do the same thing on the right. Now let's move back up and draw on the arms. The arm on the left is going to be holding this lion head staff. So let's start from the corner of the cape, stepping down, curve down, and then out towards the wrist. Now from the wrist, we're going to curl around the thumb. We're going to curve up, come down. Now we're going to curl this back up. Now we're going to tuck 3 fingers in behind the thumb. Starting at the top of the thumb here, we're going to draw a half oval, going out and back in. Let's do that again. Starting from the bottom of this finger, we're going to curve out, round out the finger, and then in behind the thumb. Do that one more time, curving around, and we're going to tuck this in behind the second finger. Now before we draw on the staff, I want to draw on that detailed lion head. So just above the fingers in the center, we step up to right about here, start with a point. From this point, we're going to angle up towards the left and then the right. Now on the left side, I'm going to curve up and then out towards the left. Go to the right side and do the same thing. Now we're going to curve the bottom of the lion's eye. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve down and then in behind that center curve. From the tip of the nose, we're going to curve down, round up the side, and then in towards the inside corner of the eye. Do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to draw on the side of the mouth. From the bottom of the curve on the left, we're going to go straight down. Do the same thing on the right side. We'll connect these 2 points with a curve, going down and then back up. Let's add in the upper fang. On the bottom of this curve on the left, we're going to come down and up, almost like drawing a V. Do the same thing on the right. Now we're going to flip these over along the bottom. Starting on the left, we'll go up and then down, and the same thing on the right. Now let's move up above the eyes. We're going to start with a curve, from left to right, curving down, and then up. Now we curve around the eye, curving out and then down on both sides. Let's add in the ears. From this point, we're going to draw almost like a C shape, curving around. Do the opposite on the right side. Now from the bottom of the ear, I'm going to curve this in and then down towards the lower chin. Then we'll close this off with another curve, coming down and up. Now we're going to surround the head with the mane. Starting from the center, we're going to draw a curve, almost like a half oval, going up and then down. Now on the left side of the oval, we're going to curve this up and then down towards the left side of the head. We'll do the same thing on the right. Let's do that one more time. On the side, we're going to curve this out and then down on both sides. Now we're going to add the lower part of the mane. Starting from the bottom of the left ear, we're going to curve this out, round this out, and then pull that in towards the left side. And do the same thing on the right. Now let's add some curves. From the side of the head, we're going to curve this out and then down. Step down, draw that again. And do the opposite on the right side. Okay, so now that we complete the head, let's add in the staff. So it's 2 straight lines going in behind the hand. Starting underneath the lion's head, we draw one line on the left, then one on the right. We'll continue these lines coming down underneath the fingers, all the way down towards the bottom, lined up with the bottom of the feet. And we'll just close off the bottom with a straight line. Now let's go back to the wrist. We're gonna curve this down and then out in behind the staff. Now we can go in and draw on the bottom of the arm. So from the inside of the palm, we're gonna start by curving down and then across to right about here. We're gonna overlap the sleeve. From this line, we're gonna step all the way up to the top, curve around, down towards the bottom of the sleeve. Now we're gonna round this out and then pull that back up. Let's just close off the gap in the lower part of the arm. I just want to add the edge of the bracelet. So from the sleeve, we're going to step out and draw a curve, going around and then back out. Now from the bottom of the sleeve, I want to pull this up in behind the body, curving in and then up. Now I want to overlap the edge of the cape. Starting from the top of the sleeve, curve down and then back in. Now on the right side, Elio is going to be holding a book. So let's start with the top edge of the book. Starting from the side of the body, start with a straight line going out. Now we're going to come straight down the side of the book. Now we want to pull this back in, but we're going to overlap 3 fingers. So come in with a short line. We're going to add an oval. So 1 oval for the first finger. We're going to layer the second finger in behind. So in here we're going to curve around, then back in. Do that 1 more time. Now I want to continue the bottom line of the book in behind the finger and the body. Now we want to show the spine of the book. So starting from the bottom corner, we're going to angle up and out, go up to the top corner and draw that same length line. Now we're going to connect the top and bottom with a straight line coming down. And then again from the top, we're going to go across in behind the body. Now let's go back up to the shoulder. We're going to step in, curve out, and then down in behind the book. Let's add the edge of the cape. Starting from the outside, I'm going to curve down and back up in behind the body. Now we want to show that this cape folds around the arms and down in behind the body. So in line with this point, we're going to come down underneath the sleeve, draw a straight line coming down almost towards the same height as the knee. We'll do the same thing on the right. From this point, we'll come down underneath the finger, come down to the same height. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a straight line going in behind the legs. On the left, in between, and then back out on the right. Now the last thing we're going to do is add a little bit of texture to the cloak. So we're going to start in the center of the body. On the left side, we're going to draw a series of angled lines from top to bottom. Step up, just draw that same angled line coming down. We're going to continue this with even spaced gaps all the way across. Now we're going to do the same thing along these 2 flaps. Starting on the left, and then the right. Now we want to go in the opposite direction. Starting on the left side, I'm just going to go across those lines, in behind the bottle, from the necklace down. And then we'll do the same thing to the bottom flaps. Now let's add that same texture to the sleeves. Starting on the left, and then the right side. And then again, we're going to go in the opposite direction. And there we have it. There's Elio from the Warhammer Adventures Realm Quest series. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and share your art for a chance to get a shout out on the official website. I'll add the links in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon.